will. Pretty shit looking. Alrighty, we're here, we're live. I thought I'd just go live and start talking about E3 leaks because that's the thing. That's the thing we like to do when it approaches E3, so I guess stay tuned and enjoy. Okay, so I want to welcome everyone to the channel, to the live stream. Pretty exciting things happening. So I guess the discussion today is whether all these things are true or not. There's just someone mowing the lawn outside right when I want to stream, and yeah. What are you going to do? But it's not going to be obstructing too much, I don't think. So, I feel like there's a lot of talk going. I mean, I've talked about this on Nintendo's channel. I was on a live stream with him, and we pretty much just talked about a lot of the leaks. But I sort of want to get my thoughts out in one video, sort of uninterrupted, I guess. As much as I like that discussion, I would like to just sort of get my opinions out myself on my channel. And, I mean, I love talking about these leaks and that. I don't care how outlandish they are, how crazy they are, or whether you believe them or not. I mean, I probably don't believe them at the end of the day. But I just want to sort of... I want to discuss the sort of legitimacy of these. I'm unaware if I'm lagging or not. But you know what? Hopefully the stream fixes itself, and it's actually not looking too bad at the moment. There. There's a bit of stuttering going on. That's okay. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to get this report or the instruction form about the presentation and also the treehouse. I'll just go down the list, and I guess I'll talk about the legitimacy of all the things. First of all these names are a bit crazy. Like, you can obviously Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee version. The thing about them is, like, they just copy and pasted it from the Japanese leak, and as if they're going to call it that in the West. There's no way they're going to call it that. That is not an appealing name. You have to call it Pokemon Eevee version or Pokemon Pikachu version. You can't say Pokemon Let's Go. That's not appealing to anybody. But, you know, I'll get to that. Let's just start. Okay, obviously they've listed Smash Bros. It's the top of the list, so how obvious can you get at this point? You got Smash Bros on the leak form. It's the very first thing, confirmed thing, so automatically it screams, well, this is pretty fake, because the first thing they put on the list is legitimate and already confirmed. I mean, I don't know how, I'm basing it off nothing, but I'm also basing it off my E3 experiences over the years, looking at all these leaks before the shows. You know what's funny? Not to shit on Xbox and PlayStation, but I will. It's funny how Nintendo get all these crazy leaks and PlayStation and Microsoft don't. Because the thing about PlayStation and Microsoft is they don't have that many franchises to sort of speculate on, because all the franchises that they're working on is already in development and people know about it already. I mean, I will talk about I will talk about PlayStation and Microsoft in a separate video. We're going to stick to Nintendo for now in this video. Because, I mean, usually there's a lot of third-party surprises in those presentations, and they almost rely on those to carry them. I will get to that in another video. I don't want to go on a tangent right now. So we'll just, of course, I better put this in the stream. I just want to because I'm just going to put a call live notification on the screen. Where is it at? There it is. It's all the way in the corner. Because I want to get, if people are around, I want to get people calling the Discord. Because I'm open for discussion, of course. How do I fix this thing? Oh, there we go. Can I move it? Whoopsie. What have I done? I've done something wrong. It's a bit odd. Why wouldn't I be able to move it? You know what? I'm going to leave it there for now because I'm just wasting time at the moment. So I'm just going to... I'll fix it up as I'm talking about... whatever the first thing on the list is, besides Smash Bros. We talked about Smash Bros. Enough. There's going to be a Smash Invitational, and I'll be going to it, and it's going to be pretty hype. I don't know, because they might add items into it. I don't know. I hope they make it a For Glory thing, which there seems emphasis on that, because anyone who's going to E3 gets to play a demo if they sign up properly, or get the code or whatever. They get to choose from For Glory or... casual mode, and I'm obviously going For Glory, of course, every time. I don't like playing casual mode in Smash Bros. It's just, I don't find it fun. I like to use characters in all their strengths in that by themselves, you know. I don't want to rely on items. Anyway, For Glory is the way to go though. Yeah, but they seem to, I'm guessing, since Nintendo has a lot more of a focus on esports and that, I think they're going to be promoting Smash Bros. To be a proper fighter as much as Sakurai. For some reason, he keeps mentioning that he doesn't like... Well, I mean, he hints that he doesn't like the overall competitive aspect of Smash Bros. Even though he treats the characters like they're proper fighting characters, where they have frame perfect stuff and nerfs and stuff. Even though the game is still unbalanced... Smash for Wii U, of course. Even though the game is completely unbalanced and never will be balanced. Just like every other fighting game, there's always some characters that are better than the others. But it does seem like there is a focus on, you know, the competitive aspect of Smash Bros. Now, considering they're actually mentioning For Glory at E3, as opposed to, well, you can play in super multiplayer matches or with items. But yeah, I'm glad we get the choice, and I'm kind of happy that there's not going to be massive lineups for it, because, you know, me, I'm currently in injury, and I'm currently using a, what's it called, a crutch, and I can't really be standing on my feet in line for, you know, hours and hours. I mean, I can walk around all day if I want it. I'm gonna be pooped by the end of the day, that's for damn sure. But hold up. But I can, you know, I can drag myself throughout the day just to play E3 demos and stuff, of course. But I'm not going to be standing in line all day just to play, you know, 3 minutes of Smash Bros. So I'll be able to play however long the demo is, probably 20 minutes. That would be great. I can try out all the new characters, all the new movesets, updated characters and that. So hopefully it works out. But yeah, I'd prefer a single long play session as opposed to waiting in line for small little sessions, you know what I mean? yeah, so at the moment I'm just talking about Smash Bros. At E3 or whatever. I'm sure the tournament will be pretty good. They got all the top Wii U Smash players. They got rid of Hungrybox because he talks shit about Nintendo on his stream for some reason, even though he's like super partnered with them. And yeah, well, he fucked up his Nintendo partnership. I'm not going to go too much on that. But yeah, don't talk shit about Nintendo if you want to be partnered with them. It's just it's that simple. And yeah, if you want to lose money as well, like, you want a partnership with Nintendo, there's money right there. I'm not saying I'm selling out, but you know, I'm gonna sell out. No, it's all good though. Hungrybox is just one of those, oh, I only play Jigglypuff guys, but same as everybody else. I mean, I hope Zero comes back as a player. I mean, I hope he's not going to stay retired because he straight up, I know he's the best player, former best player in the world, but he got his ass beaten recently too much, and he's like, well, I'm out. So he pussied out, essentially. As much as I love Zero as a player character, you know, he pussied out. It's that simple. And that's not the attitude you want. For your especially for your viewers. Like, you don't want someone who pussies out immediately, especially in a competitive ladder where they were on top winning 40 tournaments in a row, and then, well, you got beaten a few times at every other tournament, and then he gives up. Best Diddy in the game, and, you know, straight up retired. So yeah, but I would like to see him. I would like to see him make a regardless. We'll continue on. Anyway, yeah, the tournament's going to be good. They've got top Smash players. I don't know if they're going to bring DLC characters back, because there's a lot of DLC mains out there, like Mewtwo, Bayonetta. Bayonetta's pretty freaking busted, but I can't remember who mains Bayonetta, but regardless, Smash at E3 is going to carry Nintendo, essentially. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure Nintendo has a lot up their sleeve to keep the hype going throughout the year, not just Smash Bros. And that's the beauty of it. All they need is Smash Bros. And maybe Pokemon. I'm going to say Pokemon's not coming out this year, regardless of all the rumors and hints and stuff. I really doubt Pokemon's coming out this year. If it does, that's freaking great, because biggest Pokemon fan here. Yeah, I'm not going to say much more about Smash Bros. It's going to be a great experience, and they can't disappoint, really. It's Smash Bros. Like, the only thing they can disappoint about is having a lackluster roster, but I'd rather have a small roster with better characters as opposed to a big roster with, you know, shitty characters that no one's going to use, that I'm not going to use, you know. I want to be able to be excited for every character. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure all of you feel the same way about it too. So, yeah, that's enough about Smash Bros. You know, we've heard enough about Smash Bros. And we'll hear a lot about it at E3. So, let's skip that for now. And the only rumor here about it is that, you know, you got Bandai Namco working on it. That's pretty much a given, you know? You don't need to leak that or anything. Like, it's fairly obvious that Bandai Namco is going to be involved with development of Smash Bros. You just got Sakurai leading the crew. That's about it. And if I'm wrong, well, I'm wrong. But yeah, you can easily on a leak list Smash Bandai Namco. What else? Punch-Out game. Become the champion. See, I've kind of ignored a couple of the things on this list, especially this Punch-Out. I did not talk about Punch-Out at all. A Punch-Out, I mean, it could work very well. I mean, no one's really asking for Punch-Out. I know I'm not, and I'm pretty sure I've heard nothing about Punch-Out at all on the internet for years and years. The only thing I enjoy about Punch-Out is seeing speedrun of Mike Tyson at what is it called, AGTQ. So blindfolded. I mean, that was amazing. But anyway, I mean, really, I'll get it if it is a thing. If it's announced, yeah, I will get Punch-Out. I wouldn't play it on a competitive level, and I don't think Punch-Out will ever be on a competitive level because it's really not that type of game. and it never will be, because that's just how the game is. That's not what the developers envision it. But I'm definitely sure it will be a good game. I mean, we're in 2018, and any game brought back from an older age. I know there was a Wii one, but any game that has sort of an age to it, I think has a lot of potential being released in the modern age now, because there's just so many things you can add to it, such as online play and obviously updated visuals, updated gameplay, because you can, people can pump out a lot of games these days, depending on how many developers you got working on certain games and stuff. So yeah, I think whoever's working on, is there like a developer at all? Let's have a look. Next Level Games. That's a Nintendo owned brand. Good at all. It's just extra revenue for Nintendo. I doubt it would sell that much. I mean, Punch-Out's not too popular, especially a modern day one wouldn't be. But that's fine. I mean, Little Mac was pretty hype when he came in Smash, and he's probably going to stay in Smash. But we can move on to some great juiciness right here. Now, I look to the right and I see Bandai Namco when I see Metroid Prime Renegade. So immediately, just checking Discord real quick. So immediately when I see this, I see Metroid Prime Renegade, and I'm like, yep, this list is fake. It says Bandai Namco. Look, there's enough Bandai Namco listed on this. Bandai Namco have so much things going on in their studio already. I mean, they've got Smash Bros. Assuming they're working on Smash Bros. You got Dark Souls Remaster, even though the game it's done and it's out in 5 days, and I'm pretty excited to replay that on Switch. I mean, I would say they have a lot on their plate, especially if you got Metroid Prime here. Now, when I thought Metroid Prime was being done by the in-house development team of Nintendo. No separate development teams are involved in that, I don't know what Namco... I don't know what... I almost said Namco Bandai. Why would they even change the name of that? Is it like is it a marketing thing, or is it a... Was it just to get attention to their brand or whatever? Oh, we're doing a name change. Have you heard of us? Something like that. Why? I don't know what they could bring to Metroid Prime. The only thing I can see them bringing to Metroid Prime is incorporating Dark Souls elements. Not in terms of... I know when you think of Dark Souls, people always refer it to difficulty. I'm going to ignore difficulty for now. The gameplay of Dark Souls is about, isolation and really planning out your adventure and stuff. And I believe they could, obviously incorporate that sort of gameplay to Metroid Prime. Obviously, Metroid Prime is more of like a shooter, first person, whatever, But, I believe if Bandai Namco, the Dark Souls team, was working on Metroid Prime, I think that could work out very well, and I wouldn't be disappointed if they were, regardless, if it's in-house Nintendo team or Bandai Namco working on it, helping out with it, I think that could work out fine, and I'm pretty sure Metroid Prime 4 is going to be mind-blowingly good. Regardless of how long we have to wait for it, it's obviously going to be like a 2019 or maybe later. I doubt it'll be later, because I know Nintendo have this sort of momentum going. I don't think they would delay that many things going into the future. The thing about this, we'll talk about the title real quick. Metroid Prime Renegade. This looks like it was just pulled out of a hat randomly. I could have called it Renegade. It almost sounds like what was it? Metro Exodus. Metro Exodus. I don't know if that's the latest one or it's the prequel. I don't know. They sound a lot similar, but that's what it sounds like. You just add a random edgy title to the end of the main title, And there you go. It's so simple to do on the leak list. Now, the thing is, they don't even have 4 on the list. Like, it's not even Metroid Prime 4 Renegade. It's just Metroid Prime Renegade. Which I find very confusing, because literally they showed last year Metroid Prime title come up, and it said 4. How is this convincing in any way? It's not. It's really not. And it says there's gameplay footage, and if I see gameplay footage of this, I'll explode. They could even show it's a bit far. It's a year later, so I don't think showing CGI trailer is gonna get anyone hyped. I mean, people are gonna be hyped regardless. But if they show a trailer with a bit of gameplay, I think that is enough. I doubt it's gonna be. I mean, the thing, Nintendo are very vague about this thing. They say it's gonna be 2018 focused or whatever. It's not. It's gonna be. They're just gonna announce whatever. They just say that because it's a Nintendo. I don't know. They kind of just say things and let it float. And sometimes they just ignore history as well. So they'll say 2018 games, and then they'll show a bunch of 2019 delayed games. I mean, last year they showed a bunch of delayed games because they had to. They had nothing else coming in. That's a lie. The later end of 2017 had a lot of games. It all worked out in the end, though. So we got a lot to be hyped about. So Metroid Prime, I hope it's not like a copy and... It's not, but it won't be. I hope it's not like a copy and paste of Metroid Prime 1, 2, 3. Especially 3, I don't like 3. Prime 1 and 2 was fucking great, though. Yeah, I think... I really want to move this call live shit. I'm obsessed with having caps at the start. So you know what I don't understand about this? I can't move it anywhere. I'm gonna have to fix it up on a different stream or whatever. But for now, I'm just gonna keep talking about this shit. So yeah, I've said what I've had to say about Metroid Prime 4. This looks absolutely fake to me. No one's gonna put Renegade at the end of Metroid Prime. It makes no damn sense. I mean, you put Corruption at the end of Metroid Prime 2. That makes sense, because if you... I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you play the story, you'll understand the title. Renegade makes no damn sense. I'm done with Metroid Prime for now. Hopefully we see some gameplay. That's all I need to see. Just a small bit of gameplay. 2019. I'll be happy, man. I'm already happy. I mean, Smash Bros. Is enough to get me excited for E3. And as... if this... Even if half the things on this leak list are true, like, I'll explode, because if all these things are true, that would just be easily one of the best E3s ever. As much as I loved E3 last year, that was great. Splatoon 2 expansion, not going to talk about that. Nintendo talk about that enough on Twitter and stuff, so you can easily find a bunch of information about that. And I really hope they don't show too much at E3 about that, because that's just a time waster. No one wants to see an expansion at E3. I mean, that's just something you see in a normal Direct, not E3. I don't know about you Super Splatoon fans, but, like, it's not for me. So I'm just going to sort of walk past Splatoon 2 expansion for now. We'll talk about Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Memories, so... This one looks disappointing to me. Okay, so yeah, I understand Fire Emblem's coming to Switch. That's all exciting and everything. As much as I love Fire Emblem on the 3DSs, playing this games in HD, especially the cutscenes, will look absolutely gorgeous. I think that Fire Emblem would look absolutely beautiful on the Switch. The thing about it is, it's called Fire Emblem Memories. Now, putting memories in a game isn't very convincing that it's going to be a fun or good game. I mean, putting memories in the title almost seems like it lacks its own identity, so it's not going to have its own story. It's going to be memories of the past games, and that's what I don't want to see. You have Fire Emblem Heroes on the iPhone, and that's what it sounds to me like. No one wants to see Fire Emblem Heroes on a Nintendo Switch, but obviously better. I want to see a game with its own originality, its own original story, its own original characters. I don't want to see characters from the past or anything coming back. I want everything new about this Fire Emblem game. And this screams absolutely fake. No one's calling Fire Emblem Memories. It makes no damn sense. So yeah, that is, I can't talk too much about that, but I mean, Fire Emblem is going to be great on Nintendo Switch. They announced it in early 2017? They said Fire Emblem is going to be coming to Nintendo Switch or whatever. So that's been in development for a year and a half since they announced it already. So I'm convinced that it's going to be coming out either this year or early next year. And it's going to be good regardless, but we have no information on it besides it's actually happening. So it's a confirmed game, and it's easy to put on the leak list. Now that the 3DS is dead, so there's probably, there's probably going to be a Fire Emblem game announced for 3DS at some point. We don't know, but it probably is. I'll talk about Fallout 3. Now, this is a very confusing one that I saw, that sort of grabbed my attention. Fallout 3. So, initially when I see this, I think, 10-year anniversary. How old's Fallout? Fallout 3. When was it released? 2018. Okay, 2008. So it's 10 years old. 10 years old Fallout anniversary. So yeah. It seems almost obvious that this is probably a confirmation, and I'm excited for it because Fallout, I played Fallout 4, that game is great, and I heard Fallout 3 is the best Fallout game. So, updated visuals and stuff. If they do it just like Dark Souls Remastered, that'll be great. It makes sense. I mean, why not? I mean, Bethesda, they're obviously adding a lot of support to the Nintendo Switch, and they're going to do the same thing with Dark Souls, where they announce it in the Direct. For some reason, that announcing something on a Nintendo Direct or a Nintendo presentation, for some reason, gets a lot more attention than announcing it randomly on Twitter. And I think that's a good idea from Bethesda, but Bethesda likes to do their thing where they don't like to do surprises at E3. They just like to announce everything before their actual presentation, which is pretty stupid in my opinion. I mean, if they want hype for their games, you announce it at E3. You do not reveal it before E3, but that's just my gripe with Bethesda. And I love their games and all, but they got to stop doing that. They spoiled Fallout 4 in my opinion. They announced it way too early, and then they showed gameplay, and it's this would have been a lot more exciting if they just showed it at... I remember when they showed Fallout at E3, and... what's his name? The guy whoever's the boss at Bethesda. I forgot his name, but I know his name. He came on stage and he straight up shat on Nintendo. He's like, oh, we don't need silly, stupid tablets or whatever. And that was a straight up shot at Nintendo. And now look at them. They're straight up releasing games constantly on Nintendo systems. And, it's that backfired because they're going to lose a lot of money if they don't support Nintendo at some point. Because the Switch is blowing up, But yeah, this is obviously a remaster. Let's assume, They're not going to re-release the original Fallout 3, duh. But yeah, Fallout 3 Remaster is going to be great for Bethesda fans and Nintendo fans who are looking for an RPG shooter. I mean, I don't like shooters in general, but if you make it an RPG, just that interests me initially because I love RPGs. That's why I like Fallout. That's why I like Borderlands. Borderlands I freaking love. Borderlands is just such a good RPG. But yeah, this seems like it's definitely confirmed. I mean, it's such an easy project that Bethesda can work on. Obviously, like, how hard can it be to upgrade the visuals? I mean, you can use assets from Fallout 4 easily. So, I bet it's not even a hard process to do. If it's 60 frames, then that would be pretty freaking good. But, you know, I have a top grade PC to play these games. But the thing is, I like getting physical copies, and Nintendo is always going to be my place of choice to play these games, you know? Depending on what they are, of course. But yeah, Fallout I think would be a great experience on the Switch, especially with motion controls. Any shooter that comes out, I'll probably try to get on the Switch because motion controls, just to add a bit of difference, because shooters, you know, get blown out to stupid proportions. It's like, well, releasing a shooter, it's going to be the exact same gameplay we've had for the past 15 years. So yeah, like, we need something different than just stupid stick controls, you know? It's all the same. And then you get, you know, PC Master Race was like, controller. Yeah. You know, go back to playing Overwatch or your PUBG shit. Yeah, I just straight up talk shit about the PC community. Yeah, anyway, Fallout 3 seems pretty damn confirmed. You know, last year Bethesda disappointed me a bit. Like, I don't care for Evil Within at all. And that was their big announcement, so what are you going to do? Yeah? And they announced Skyrim again, you know? They're probably going to have another rendition of Skyrim coming out this year. Stop releasing Skyrim for damn sake, alright? Fallout 3 seems pretty confirmed, along with Rage 2. I would say Rage 2 comes to the Switch. If it does, that'll be freaking good. That would be really cool. But yeah, I mean, Bethesda seems really exciting this year, especially if this Fallout 3 is confirmed. Like, Fallout 3 Remaster plus Rage 2, you can't go wrong, really. 2 great games is all you really need. Just like Nintendo, they got Metroid Prime and they've got Smash Bros. That's all they need, and they've got a bunch of other stuff under their belt that they can show off, you know? Okay, so Yoshi's Flipping Island. What the I'm just speechless about that. Why Flipping Island? Might as well call it Yoshi's Fucking Island, you know? It's like a stupid euphemism for fuck. I'm legit mad about this leak because it just sounds so dumb. As much as I'm excited for Yoshi, like, if it's ever called Yoshi's Flipping Island, just get out. Just don't even talk to me. It's obviously fake. It's not Yoshi's Flipping Island. I don't know what they're going to call it, but it's definitely not that. And it's coming out soon after E3, as far as I know. It's not going to be delayed, of course, because, I mean, it's just a platform. Like, how hard can it be to develop? Not that I'm a developer or anything, but, I mean, like, come on. Nintendo can pump these games out super quick. Just look at Kirby. They announced Kirby that came out in, what, 7 months after announcement? Like, and there it is. Yeah, Yoshi's Flipping Island, I mean, stupid name, obviously not real. Feel Good Studios, don't even know. Did they work on the 3DS version of Yoshi's Island? Didn't play that game. It was trash. I'm not going to talk about Yoshi's Island anymore. Like, that name disappoints me. I'm still excited for the game, though. Of course, because the gameplay looked good. As much as the gameplay looked really early in development, like, it still looked fairly solid. And Yoshi's games always have good platforming. Not so much the 3DS one. But, you know, that game didn't exist, of course. Pokemon. Oh. Okay. I've talked about Pokemon already. I've got a separate video talking about this, but I haven't really talked about the fact that it was trademarked at some point. So this game is... I feel like this game is pretty much confirmed. The title is, of course, Japanese. It's not going to be called Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. It's obviously not going to be called that. You know, why would they put Let's Go in the title in the West? Like, that's not appealing at all. Like, they put Go in the title maybe because, you know, you got your bloody phone game, Pokemon Go. I don't know if it's a marketing thing or what. I feel like my voice is just like getting tired as shit because I've been talking constantly for the past half an hour. Whatever. It's not going to be called Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. It's just that simple. We know the game is kind of confirmed. I don't know how skeptical you are of the game, but it's pretty damn confirmed, let's be honest, because every website has been reporting on it. Obviously, like, every website reports on Nintendo leaks because that's the thing. That is the thing to do now. Instead of Nintendo Wii U hate articles, it's about, well, let's report on these Nintendo Switch leaks, yeah? Pokemon leaks. Go check out my other video, please. Just, I don't want to talk about Pokemon anymore. I'm a big... Pokemon's my favorite franchise in gaming, and that's all I can say about it. Like, the game won't disappoint me at all, because I'm just that much of a Pokemon fan. I'll take anything Game Freak throws at me. And if Game Freak is working on it, then I'm happy, because I know they can't screw up, really. As much as I didn't like Black and White, this game was still good. I still enjoyed it, because, you know, Pokemon. Yeah, anyway, Star Fox Zero SX, I assume that's just a re-release. I assume that's just a re-release of Star Fox Zero. I don't know. I guess, whatever. They could release it with updated control system or whatever. That's probably a good idea, I guess. But I mean, why not just throw out an update on the Wii U? I mean, just do that, I guess. But you know, money is money. They kind of want to ignore the Wii U ever happened. That's what it sounds like, because they're releasing all the, you know, the top games and that. I'm just waiting for that Xenoblade. Nah, I probably wouldn't even buy Xenoblade again. I would, because Xenoblade's like... The first Xenoblade is my favourite game, and I enjoyed every single other game following that. I'll just eat Xenoblade up, straight up. Let's just move past that. Re-release, whatever. Updated controls. Fortnite, not happening. Fortnite are too lazy. They have enough success. They don't really give a shit about putting it on Nintendo systems. They would not put the effort, just like they don't put effort in the game. Just being real, it's a lazy game. PUBG is even lazier, because Fortnite is like 3 times better than PUBG, but it's still a trash game. It's just a popular cash grab, you know. It's, oh, well, we have a trendy game, you know. Oh, we're gonna make money and put no more effort into the game. I hate these games, you know. Games that get too popular just get ruined by the developer, because they just get lazy. If the developer wasn't so shit and lazy, like, I would actually like the game, but you know they are, because the game got popular. When a game gets popular, the developers just get lazy, because they know they're gonna make money on it already. It's just frustrating. Like, I don't want to talk about Fortnite and shit. It just hurts to talk about. Star Fox Lylat system. That's the I assume that's just the racing game, the mixture of Diddy Kong Racing and Star Fox. A stupid name. No one's gonna No one's going to want to buy the game that has a Lylat system in the title. You got to call it Star Fox Racing or Star Fox, I don't know, not Grand Prix. That's for damn sure. You're not going to call it Star Fox Grand Prix. But yeah, Retro Studios is apparently working on it. I think they could do a good job. They don't work on racing titles and stuff, so it's almost exhausting talking about these leaks because, like, it's almost unbelievable and stuff. Like, ugh. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about the Treehouse real quick. I'm just gonna go over it quickly. I'm not gonna go too far into it, you know. So Smash Bros. Obviously, that's the very first thing that is showing off. Confirmed. Apparently, Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening 3D is happening. You know, if they make it in the style of A Link Between Worlds, that would be great. Because I love the style of Link Between Worlds, and I think that would be beautiful for Link's Awakening. The thing about Link's Awakening is, it's such an old game now, and it looks, you know, obviously, being on the Game Boy Color, which looks really dated. I think... Hold on, I'm just looking at this. They even got the times that they're showing them and stuff, like... Yeah, but anyway, yeah. It's a game that doesn't need to be on the Switch. I think it would work absolutely great on 3DS, and that's all I'm gonna say. Like, if they announce that remaster, then that would be great. That's Zelda for the year. Really, that's all you need. While they're supposedly hiring, they are confirmed to be hiring people to be developing the new Zelda game. Whatever it is, I don't know if it's going to be an open world Zelda. I mean, that's a discussion for, you know, I've done like a million discussions on the next Zelda game that could happen or whatever. Yeah, I mean, Zelda's in a good position. Whatever game is in development, remasters or new game, whatever it is, Nintendo know what the hell they're doing with Zelda. You can't really go wrong with Zelda unless you make it, you know, a kart game or a battle royale game. Star Fox Lylat system, as unbelievable as that title sounds, I can't really say much about the Treehouse. Like, Link's Awakening seems to be the only announcement that's happening. That's it. I can't even talk about the Treehouse anymore. But that's pretty much it. I've gone down the list of all the things that could potentially happen at E3. Like, it's really funny to see all these really stupid titles and that. Like, you see Yoshi's Flipping Island, which is the most unbelievable thing ever, and you got Star Fox Lylat System, which is such a dull and boring name that's not going to interest anybody. And they just copy and pasted the leak from Pokemon. Didn't modify the name or anything. They straight up put Smash Bros on the top, which is obviously going to be the last bit of the presentation, so that's wrong already. The leak is fairly wrong. They might have a few games that are right. I mean, Fallout 3 seems very believable. They probably got that leak from Bethesda or something or whatever. It's going to be announced. They're probably just going off the whole... Oh, Dark Souls was announced first on a Direct, so why can't Fallout 3 be announced first on Nintendo Direct, you know? Regardless, Nintendo's gonna nail it this year. I don't think they can disappoint anyone with Smash Bros. And if they show a bit of Metroid off, like, that's all you need to show. Like, Nintendo they can almost go in cruise control if they want at this point, but yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the whole leak list in one video. It's just, it's hilarious to look at the same time, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end it off here. So, of course, like the video if you did. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. And follow me on Twitter if you want any updates and discussions or whatever. Because I like to shitpost stuff on Twitter and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I'll see you in the next video.